Imagine, if you will, if I said, okay, I'm here from the government, I'm here to help you out, right? On your way out the door, we've got these nice men with guns and badges. I'm just using an example. Just work with me here. And they've got baskets, and you all need to leave 20% of all your money in that basket on your way out the door. And you need to go home and get 20% of all the money you've ever saved and put that in the government basket. Everybody in for that? Nobody's done that, huh? That already happened to you over the last 5 years. Over the last 5 years, 20% of your money has been printed away. And you volunteered for that because I don't see anybody storming the castle. 20% of your money has just been taken. 93% of your money has been taken since 1971. I don't know about you, but I'm exercised about that because I think about my children and my grandchildren. And in 1971, when President Nixon took us temporarily off the gold standard that we have been on since the ratification of the United States Constitution, no state shall make anything but gold and silver legal tender and payment of debt. And then Congress shall have the power to coin the money. What are they coining money from? The gold and silver, that no state shall make anything but gold and silver, legal tender and payment of debt. Congress have the power to coin money and regulate the value thereof and fix the standard of weights and measures. Just like a foot is 12 inches and a pound is 16 ounces, a dollar had a fixed standard of weight and purity in the U.S. Constitution until 1971. 1971, you could buy a house in Salt Lake City for $24,000 or 685 ounces of gold. Today, houses, $600,000. Kids can't buy them. They can't. They're just thinking, how am I ever going to afford this? Those 685 ounces of gold, more than 5 houses you could buy today. In the year 2000, it cost a family of four $425 to buy groceries for a month, or 1.5 ounces of gold. Today, $425, you get a couple gallons of milk, a couple loaves of bread, about a half a basket of groceries. Doesn't get you through a month for a family of 4. 1.5 ounces of gold buys you more than 7 baskets of groceries. Our money is being stolen right out from under us. We passed the bill and we thought we were home free. We got it done at like 11:58 on the last night. I'm literally running from the Senate chambers in the back hall, and Speaker Schultz, bless his heart, he puts it in, and we get it in and then get the vote, and we think we're home free. And I didn't hear anything about it. I didn't hear anything from the governor at all until 10 minutes before the deadline for the veto of bills. And his attorney calls me up and he says, just want to let you know, the governor's thinking about vetoing your bill. I said, well, tell him to not think that. And he mentioned a couple things about it, and the governor just didn't quite understand it, and he didn't want to be first and things like that. We don't have to worry about not being first now. 5 other states have already done it. And we could have overridden the veto, but there were some issues in some of the chambers. I won't mention which and what. But the beauty of what we do is you can compel that. Hopefully we get the governor to sign the bill. You've got these cards that Gail has been so generous to help prepare. You've got these cards that have been passed out. You put your favorite governor and legislator and senator or House member on there and encourage them that we want our purchasing power protected. Let me tell you, I'm so grateful for Gail. Do you know why Gail is like one of the most powerful women in Utah? I mean, she's just petite little thing, right? I mean, seriously, really? Do you know why she's so powerful? Because she cares, and she shows up, and she invites you to show up. And she speaks truth, right? But because she shows up and she cares and she invites you to show up, she's one of the most powerful people in Utah. Well, guess who is the boss of this state and this nation? Right? All men created equal, endowed by their creator, unalienable rights, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Among these rights, right? And to secure these rights, governments exist among men deriving their powers from consent of the governed, right? From the consent of the governed. That means you're the boss. And then just so we didn't forget that, when they got to enshrine those principles in the Constitution, they started out how? Come on with me. We, the people. You're the boss of this whole show. You're the boss. I want to tell you a quick story. Some people have mentioned the land issues in our state, right? 70% of our land controlled by the federal government. I was a new guy. I'm like, well, why is it like that? Oh, well, we gave it up. We just gave it up when we were a state. Our ancestors that came barefoot in the snow with a handcart for liberty and to pass a legacy on to their children, their first act was just give up the land. That makes sense, doesn't it? Not to me, right? But that's what they said. I worked on that issue, and when we passed the bill, Transfer Public Lands Act in 2012, and I was out teaching people around the state about it, and we printed up these little postcards like this and gave them out and said, hey, if you care about this issue, take this little postcard and send it to the governor. And we did that 3 or 4 times. A couple of weeks went by, and I'm in the governor's office, right? And I go in there. One of his deputies came up to me and said, Ivory, what in the world are you doing? I said, what do you mean? We're getting inundated with these postcards. That was the word he used, inundated. I said, really, what does inundate look like? He said, we got 12 of these postcards in the last 2 weeks. How about we inundate our governor and encourage him that we don't want our money taken out from under us. We want the choice to preserve the purchasing power of our money. How about we send that to our favorite senator and representative, get some of these cards, get extras, give them to your friends, hand them out. You got this event. If you've got others, we'll print more if we need more. Hand them out. How about we inundate our governor, because you're the boss. And you're the boss of your representative and your senator and your governor. And hopefully the governor will sign the bill. If he doesn't, then let's just override it this year. Let's just be ready that, if he signs it, great. Let's have a great big bill signing ceremony. If he doesn't, we'll have a big party anyway, because we're going to preserve the purchasing power of our earnings and savings and not stick them in a basket on the way out the door because somebody in government said, hey, we're going to overspend. We need your money. It shouldn't work that way. So we need your help. Take these, fill them out, send them in. If you need more, we'll get more. And we're going to pass this bill. Let me tell you what we've got, all right? So HB 195, very simple. We were, thanks to Larry Hilton over here, we were the first state to make gold and silver legal tender back in 2011, right? First state, we're leading out and working on all kinds of other bills. He's been a champion on this. He's, with the gold backs and all that. And we've been leading on that all the way through. And so the first bill that we have, it is HB 195, and that has Marlo Oaks, our great treasurer, Marlo. He's been way out in front on this with us. We do an RFP. We put out to private providers and say, hey, we want a provider to help us pay our vendors and service providers in gold and silver. Put out the RFP. We select one or more providers and say, help us pay our vendors and service providers in gold. Hopefully, then we can end up paying employees in gold and silver. Wouldn't that be great? I want to be the first employee paid in gold. We also have a bill we call inflation insurance. That we take a small percentage of everything that we purchase and take 1%, put it in gold. Because we know we're going to buy desks and chairs and rock salt and everything. Do you know that in dollars, we're getting like 50% less every 10 years? In gold, 400% more. Same amount, just stored in a different medium. I mean, wouldn't you rather get 400% more for your tax dollars than 50% less? And so we do that for purchasing. Another one then is to allow our miners and critical mineral people to pay their taxes in gold. So we start generating income in gold. So we start generating an economy in gold. The last one is Representative Sawyer, Jake Sawyer. I love that guy. He's got a resolution to support Dr. Judy Shelton. She did her master's doctorate at University of Utah, Trump's first nominee to the Federal Reserve. She's proposing this year that Trump on July 4th of this year to institute gold-backed 50-year Treasury Trust bonds so that we put real value under the U.S. Treasury. So we're going to support all that. Need your help? You're the boss of this thing. Let's get it done and have that big, massive bill signing this year. And thank you so much to this young lady right here. She is amazing. And you guys, it's because she shows up, she cares, she speaks the truth. Gail, thank you very, very much.